Well, my walk in the woods this morning turned out into a cut trails in the woods. And then it turned into cutting down old dead tree branches. And you can see the little bit of project here. You see that rope, and down there is that nasty log, and over here is my extended saw on a pole. Because why? Because I learned something. What was that? Well, don't climb trees or ladders with chainsaws. And I'm here to thankfully I have all limbs intact, but I've had one too many close calls. So years ago I stopped doing that. So instead I decided to get this saw over here, and I can extend this thing about 15-20 feet and cut off those low hanging dead limbs, or limbs that are blocking views and stuff. So far, so good. So this morning, well, what's going on in Portland, and why this struggle between federal law enforcement and local law enforcement? And who are these guys? I'll venture to say not many of them well trained, who are wearing camouflage uniforms. You don't know what agency they're from, and they don't have any ID on their uniforms, and they're picking people up off the street allegedly and arresting them. Well, you know, I think I'm a patriot. I really do. I mean, I joined the Marines when I was still in high school, served a total of 10 years active in reserve with them. This doesn't seem right, and it just doesn't seem right because we don't do that. And I didn't do that when I was a chief of police. I made sure officers identified themselves, had identification on them, got warrants whenever possible. And what this is doing now is, I would imagine, creating a great rift between federal law enforcement in the Portland district there and local police about what's going on. If we have identifications of these people, then we should go get warrants, and we don't need to grab them off the street where there's a whole crowd around them, which just incites the crowd and causes more problems. I saw that in 1966-67 when I was sent by my chief of police in Minneapolis to take a look at what they're doing in Berkeley. And one of the things I reported back is we don't have plainclothes officers unidentified grabbing students for something that they did the night before in the midst of a noontime protest, because you just incite the people all the more. Yeah. So justice is important to me. Just because I retired from the police department and went into the clergy doesn't mean justice was any less important, or that our civil rights are any less. So what do we do about that? Well, I think locally we need to have a conversation with the federal officials, and we need to know what their marching orders are from Washington, and we need to negotiate. This is the best way to do policing in our city. And I'll venture to say that most chiefs of police and mayors would say absolutely not. So yeah, I'm incensed about this. I wrote a blog yesterday that I was really angry, and that you should be too. So I think these are times that we need to speak up. I don't want to see this country divided, though I sense there's a division. That 49-51 division that goes back and forth regardless of election cycles. I think I know the values for which this country stands for. The importance of civil rights, the importance of, majority rule, but with minority rights. The second part of that statement is very important. So here we are. What? 4 months till November? Will it change then? I don't know. I would just hope that whoever the president is, as we enter the next year, that that president receive an endorsement from all of us about what's important and demand excellence. Excellence in public office, excellence in the way that we conduct business in this country. And that we should somehow, share the vast wealth of this country in terms of providing health care to everyone. Yep, health care to everybody. Very important, very important. Good jobs, living wage, and that we can forgive ourselves for the sin of racism, and with a clear conscience, move forward and embrace one another. We are all Americans. All of us. All of our blood runs red, white, and blue. God bless you. Have a great day.